shit is just different, man. I'm showing the difference.
I'ma show them it's a difference. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is finish. Stuff in Mac shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This tour is whole 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb, drop a nuke, make the world freeze. I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different. I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable. Lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me. If you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping. You can see the tracks. Follow me. I can teach you something. Have her see, relax. If you gonna speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. There's a difference. We are not the same. Help them notice that. Pay attention. Watch how we move. We can know we can't hang around all real niggas. Then we move as one. This ain't Fortnite. Get into it. Ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare. We just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on. I told her give them some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference. You better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I would eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
Bust the head.
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, so them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery, I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim, fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7. That's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. moving. Waiting on my brother out of bed, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this car, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this car, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, outside, and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners, and we outside. We outside, outside with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
Okay, when Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretched the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gonna run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he said something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feet, so you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Playing on this track right here now. It's a full grown man right here.
SHALAM, no cowards, no excuse, you understand?
As you understand.
It's an event every time we come through. Commanding General Yohanna and this heavy hitting crew. Real niggas with an attitude. How about you? I repeat, real niggas with an attitude. How about you? The Chronicles of the King, 69 to the present. Hardcore Nazarenes, we ain't never been the peasant. Like the ghetto was a present, holding everything pleasant in the Most High's presence. It's silver and gold is precious. They thought it was effervescent. Get in class, learn your lesson. Out the belly of the beast will increase. At least observe the feast of Yahweh. Eat some lamb, make connections. He's a little sanctuary, no question. We ain't ever been crabs in the barrel. This is life under Pharaoh. From a lifestyle apparel to walk in the straight narrow. More fight than your average battle for the price of a sparrow. Using practical knowledge, not just the narrow. This is ice in the mirror. They cutting us like the grass, keep plucking us out the past. It punish us out the ass. I tell my people that love them about the criminal justice, about the past. Then we stuff in the ego. These vultures are evil. Just look at what they done to our people. Covered up the face of the judges with paint off for Esau. I be meditating terrorists and deliver my keynote. U.P.K, we got diesel. No cowards forever. We go while you use us. We bringing back the Lord's nation with much long suffering. The camp is in concentration. In spite of the correlations, they faggots in formation. They be taking in evil. We got the stage and invasion. We got the streets in a rage. Once the priest hit the pavement, vengeance from the Lord is the white man pavement. The prophets of Yahweh ain't nothing to fucking play with. Some of you gone lukewarm, my niggas stay lit, y'all complacent. We stay spitting yoga fire in your faces, freeing the flock of the slaughter from out of this matrix. The definition of racist is believing you're on top, and as a matter of fact, we got that position every knock. It shouldn't come as a shock. SHALAM won't stop when we come back to our power. Who wanna walk with the bomber climb? We keep the summer hot, winter on icicle. You get that spiritual power, ain't gotta buy a pistol. Ripping bodies caught by the crystal. No harm, you're struck by a missile. You serve Yahweh, you're invincible. Gotta be one of the 12 tribes of Israel, a nation under God indivisible. Our power is critical, from analog to digital. We coming back. U.P.K ain't running, but we running that pay your tithes where that money at. Put on the dummy hat, thinking it's cool. We're not hosting an intergalactic character. We're torn, erased off one of his people for rulership. U.P.K gon' be ruling shit. Yahweh is ruling with an iron rod. The only dialogue is kind. I don't want kind. You don't like it? You could die a fugitive and vagabond. Me, I'ma have cattle and a catalog of slaves. Tell the nations get in shape. Otherwise we do nuking them. They gonna build Jerusalem. Christians would call it safe. You can call it what you want, but them roads better be gold paved straight out of these OKs. 1,000 years for sick, picking cotton, no shit, finger pricking, blood dripping from all the thorns. I'll be keeping the bench warm. You've been warned before they disappear. You've been warned.
Niggas don't stand a chance without being in the Lord's hands. Life full of lessons, look like I learned them all. Life full of blessings, but the crackers got it all. How long until they fall? How long until you call on the Lord with a sword? I'm just fighting with the few against many. Working for the Lord, I just hope I get a penny. Know the devil sent you, just look at who against you. And when the Lord with you, who can be against you? Know that I ain't Christian, just look at who I'm dissing. I'ma need for you to listen, know it's hard for you to listen when it's part of your tradition. And your mama in the room, bumping music full of Christian, and your daddy not around, cause your mama's superstitious. I know she's super wicked, plus she's smoking like the kitchen, and it's all because of Nixon. Praying to the Lord like, please can you fix it? Childhood missing, cousin in the kitchen, flour on the plate. Thinking to myself, why is flour on the plate? Next thing I know, that flour turned to day. I was only 8, I was only 8. There was nothing I could say, but daddy, can you stay? Cause here it ain't safe. Look at all these black guys looking like a G5 of me. I'm looking like I came out of free stove of me. I'm looking like I came out of free stove of me. It's nothing left to do but to do what they do. I wanna sell crack just to be like you. Serving to the fiends on the new avenue. Put it in the pot, motherfucker, let it stew. Look at me now, I done turned into you. Following the way, but I knew it wasn't cool. Should've did more than the average nigga to do. I am not the same, but I was raised like you. Mama on crack, yeah, my daddy was too. Look at what the government did to you. That's why I don't vote. They put us on dope. Now I'm in the street, I was selling fake dope. Christian church too, they just selling fake hope. Just remember this, what you reap is what you sow.
Call me Lisa too Jeezy. I mean that shit look easy. How bitches come and they greet me, they teach me. Bitches ain't shit and they never will be. I still see hoes on my nuts, but they can't feel me. But really though, I'm in beast mode with the flow. And it's 10 in the morning, I get up and this you know that I look into the mirror through my eyes. I see my soul. I see a true ass priest, Prince of Israel. Yes, bro. I be freshen up, wash up, a true nigga. Throw on my goal, it should go, you know me, cuz. Slip out the door with my fourth dimension cologne. Shine out TLC, Israel, you know what we own. Then I call up, cut this up. Wasn't much, just refresh with some young stars. Make some noise with this music, with some lost tribes. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Now I know that times may change, but bitch, I'm still the same. Yeah, and I know this a crazy ass game. They really ain't a thing. And they know that gun gon' bang. Ain't tryna die today. Whoa, and they know what we all gon' say. Bitch, I.S.U.P.K. Hey, bitch, I.S.U.P.K. I can't even think about you right now. Yeah, I'm chillin' with the homies, and you know how I put down. I'm coolin', I'm just sippin' while fucking with these little bitches. Ice up on my neck, got these hoes so consistent. It's so relentless that I just come back with stats in my backpack. I gotta make a track. Man, fuck what they talking about, that bitch is a net. Now I don't smoke no crap, but showing a nigga from the back. I just on the block, now these bitches won't come out. Me and Cud chillin', got Modelos in the south. Niggas be muggin', but I name it in their mouth. Cause they know how Prince Sharp Bomb put it down. Down, did it down. Hot in my coupe, cruising around town. AR in the back on the ground. Glizzy on the mount. Bitches want water like I'm a fountain. They follow to the house, well shit, this ain't even my house. But top ass bitches, they wanna lounge. Want me dog it out like a hound. But look what I found. When you're up, they all wanna come around. But when you're down, they just kick you on the ground. Lame ass nigga, he that bitch master. Lame ass buster, you fucking cracker. Judas ass boy, you backstabber. Yeah.
It's 613 commandments, nigga, and you can't do 10, my nigga. Matter of fact, you can't do 1, my nigga. Let's see if you can stop eating pork. I see that pork juice running down your fork. Talk about you blessed in the streets of New York. I see that tight Christian 3-piece suit that you bought. When you gonna rock that? When you go to court? maybe Sunday, better get Easter. I blast at you masters, knowledge reigns supreme over all you teachers. Pedophile supporters, cool rigor mortis. Your niggas out of order. When Christ returns, you hear the scream from the chorus. Now breathe.
Revelations 6 and 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Tell me why would you? Tell me.
It's a wicked, disgusting society that we live in, man. And we gotta separate from the society. We gotta separate. How long does the white man have to murder and kill for you to realize he's a goddamn devil? How long does he have to murder and rape and arrest and shoot unlawfully for you to realize this white man is a goddamn beast?
All he does is rape, murder, steal, and plunder. You understand that? And as a result, they destroyed our people. And as a result, our people are running around with the goddamn Wu-Tang Clan because there's a Jewish imposter on the planet. When you take away a man's identity, you can replace it with anything. That's why we're in every religion.
And what I'm telling you, what I have to teach you, every race does it automatically. You don't have to teach Asians to join themselves. You don't have to teach East Indians to join themselves. You don't have to teach Arabs. When them Africans come over here from Africa, you don't have to teach them that. You don't have to teach the Vietnamese. You have to teach us. You have to teach us.
Yeah, with my homies, the niggas is right there. Every day you barrel black boots, sometimes I switch it to night airs. Niggas everywhere like broke glasses, just like air. Me against the hottest that you notice is sight there. How you the coolest motherfucker that's mad hot? Always stay on my groove, on the move like a laptop. Teacher schooling the youngest, you get shot by a black cop, white cop, Sasquatch, foot on your neck. Anything you set your hands to do, just do it the best. I told you I'm the illest lyric since I prove it to death. If you ain't standing up for niggas, then you mute or you deaf. I got some niggas in the grave that could be using your breath. And that's a fact, it's not a 2 Chainz quote. I break a record, fuck a track up like I'm Usain Bolt. These little rapping niggas, they garbage B. Pardon me, it's the art in me. They talking funny like Cardi B. Nah, but hella shit I ain't dropped yet. My homies worldwide like .org or .net. And we stay sharp when we smartin', that's cause we studious. We come with fire with mountain work with Vesuvius. Shit, with my homies. With my homies. Sure. With my homies.
She had a strap on her like this. She had her head on the strap. She had her head on the strap like, let me see her. Please.
With my homies, and we sitting on the step with the cup full of liquor on some beds, and we drinking. With my homies, and we sitting on the step with the cup full of liquor on some beds, and we drinking.
Get it.
Shut down YC. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of 1 West, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you oppressed. Slaves, niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas cross-talk through the crosswalk or the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. Americans killing us, saying they fearing us. Put the drugs in the hood, now my niggas delirious. Put a gun in my face, all because of my race. Click, boom, flash, put some Skittles and murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father. Give strength to the Father that's looking for the marauder. That's fucking taking our daughters, nigga. It's wartime. Lights up, nigga, show time.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
ISUPK.com is the website, man. I didn't mean to keep y'all waiting. Let's get up into it. There's a lot going on. Let me tell you something. Big shout out to Captain Malquad. Captain Malquad sent me something that was just, insane about the state senator from Rhode Island. Now, what you're about to see, if you need to take the kids out of the room, take them out the room, because what you're about to see is nigh onto pornography. You got to get it from the very beginning when we go, Morale, right? On this tape. We're going to listen to this Edomite. You're going to see the sadness and distress on this Edomite for his kingdom because of this state senator from Rhode Island who is trying to get votes. Like
Mack is a Democrat.
This nation that belongs to the Lord is in need of desperate help. Go and roll that tape for us, Morale. Get them all the way on for you green lighted, please.
Mack is a Democrat. She made this video encouraging people to vote for her. She also sponsored a bill teaching kids queer, inclusive, pleasure-based sex ed.
Pause that. Pause him for a second, Marat. Queer. This is the state senator from Rhode Island. This is why you church Negroes cannot be in charge of the Lord's nation. Now, these is church Negroes. And she's the state senator. And she teaches some type of queer sexual deviancy where children learn about queer lifestyle in a sexual manner. Go ahead and play it.
Can we show the tweaking senator, please? That's what we got leading our country. That's what we got right there. Leading our country.
That's the state.
That's how serious our government is.
Back it up one more time.
Yeah, vote for me.
That's the state
senator
of Rhode Island. You black people, you can't be a part of this evil kingdom. You got to come out of this evil kingdom. This is the state senator of Rhode Island. Play it again. Then I want you to listen to a little bit of this Edomite, y'all, before I come back. Go ahead, Mara.
Is a Democrat. She made this video encouraging people to vote for her. She also sponsored a bill teaching kids queer, inclusive, pleasure-based sex ed.
Pleasure-based.
Can we show the tweaking senator, please?
Queer, inclusive, pleasure.
That's what we got leading our country.
Sex education.
That's what we got right there. Leading our country. That's how serious our government is. Yeah, vote for me.
Go off.
The twerking senator. You guys are probably going to vote for.
You know what
now,
you guys.
There
you talking about. He talking about black people. Go ahead.
Is a statement somewhere out here that says the quote trolls are coming for old Tierra because she is a black lesbian. No. The trolls, and they're not trolls, they're people like me that are saying, how ridiculous are we? Like, is there no standard here of decency? Is there no standard for even our senators? Is there no, I mean, I'm not a prude, at least I don't think I am, but is there no standard for anything? I mean, I've always said this. I've always said, man, when you just let people, act like idiots, they'll take every advantage. Pleasure-based queer sex education for children. For children. All right. For children. That's what we got. I don't know what to tell you. She'll win. I mean, it doesn't really matter that she's a twerking clown, which she is. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? But she's going to win because that's how stupid we are. We don't have any, and I mean any sense of decency anymore. We're done, right? Do whatever you want. Who cares?
That's the state. That's what happens when you let Christians in charge. Like, you get a state senator that's not only twerking butt naked on the, not only twerking butt naked upside down, but believes in a transgender. I can't get the whole quote. Sex education, some type of queer transgender sexual education. That's what you're dealing with. Now you know why these Edomites is ready to tear this country apart. And because of it, you will never be respected. Give me that scripture, Marah, where the Lord said that our laws is how we would be respected by the nations. You know the one I'm talking about? Get that for me, please. And let's bring that out, because this is insane. This is crazy. And this a real senator. Them chops you looking at upside down is a real, actual state senator from Rhode Island. How do you go into the city council and vote on people's lives, vote on their health, vote on their safety? And this is who's voting, who's sitting up there making the decisions. Like, we in trouble. We in trouble. Whenever you're ready.
Khan, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me.
Right. We had statutes and judgments, man. Even as the Most High commanded us. We had statutes and judgments. Go ahead.
Khan. Salaki. That ye should do so in the land whither ye goest to possess it.
Right. That you should do these things in this land. That when we get to our land, we were supposed to follow those laws, statutes, and commandments. We didn't follow them laws, statutes, and commandments. Came to this empire, and look how far we've gone. You're going to turn on YouTube and watch the state senator upside down with her full chops twerking before the world. Before the world. Then she's going to go back into the state senators, the state senate, and vote on your rights. And that's why, as a people, we should never sit up there and think that these people can tell us the truth about how we as a people could be. Like, now imagine you're gonna go in there and she's gonna be the fool voting on your marriage rights. She's gonna be the fool voting on what education goes into school to your children. That fool right there, that look at them chops. Them chops is gonna be voting on who decides on what laws the cops can use against you. That's who's gonna be voting on it. They're the ones making those laws. A state senator is the one that sets up all the laws in the state. I'm talking gun laws. You understand? I'm talking gun laws. All the laws is going to be in the state of Rhode Island are being decided by this clown, by this fool right here. Go ahead, Marah.
Khan. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Keep therefore and do them. Go ahead. You got more?
Khan.
Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your...
Go ahead, Slaki.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
You hear what the Lord said? This is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nation. Like right now, she looks like just what that Edomite said, a clown. She looks like a clown before the world because we gave up these laws, statutes, and commandments, such good laws, statutes, and commandments from the Lord that he handed down to us. We threw those to the side. Now we teaching LGBTQ and all this other nonsense, and come to find out, now we see where it goes. To where your state senator is going to be upside down twerking to get votes. The shame. The shame. And the Edomite said, have you no decency? Have you no decency left to reduce yourself to that level? Now, of course, that devil got his own purpose. Okay, he's probably some Republican somewhere trying to shoot down the Democrats. They in a battle, Democrats against Republicans over the power seats. But the fact still remains that this woman who's now this is an educated woman. This is a woman with college degrees and all of that. And this woman turns around and twerks on the beach before the world upside down to get you to vote for her so she can make decisions about your life. Like she turn up and listen, show you how stupid she think you are. She got to think you are a complete dumbass for her to think that you're going to accept the fact that she's twerking as not a problem with her decision making. Like she don't think that you'll say to yourself, wait a minute, I can't have somebody making decisions about my life that's twerking upside down. She don't think that you ain't thinking like that in her mind. In her mind, you so dumb that you're going to see them chops. You're going to see them chops and you're going to say, that's who I want to represent me. That's what she thinking. You're going to see them chops shaking upside down and you're going to say, that's who I want to represent me in Rhode Island. And brother, listen, if she get in office, a whole lot more of this garbage is going to go on. And once, that's why I tell you, brothers, as you coming up in the truth, don't sell yourself short. If that hoe right there can be a state senator, damn. If she could be a state senator, well, shit, I could be president. Right. I could run the country. Get the ballot started. Would show you the Lord. Get me the scripture where it say, where the Lord say, uncover the thigh. You know the one. Let me show you what the Most High said. The Most High said, uncover the thigh. This is an abomination. That she be able to do. I'm going to take this off the sisters. I know the sisters want me to take that thing off the screen. They're about sick of looking at them old funky drawers, them old funky chops upside down. Okay? Like, what a damn shame. State Senator. Go ahead, Marah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 7. So like it's chapter 47, verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal.
Right. Get ready to grind meal. Prepare, meaning store up food. That's what the Lord is saying here. Grind meal, meaning get ready to store up some food like you preparing to go to war or you preparing to have destruction. That's what he's trying to tell you. Go ahead.
Khan. and grind meal, uncover thy locks.
Right, grind meal and uncover your locks, meaning pull that scarf up off your head and get ready for battle. Go ahead.
Make bare the leg.
That's talking about braids too with them locks. Make bare the leg. You understand? Pull that skirt out the way so you can get in there and work like a man. You can get ready to grind. Go ahead. And it's also talking about revealing something too. When they say uncover that leg, it's going to show the dirtiness of this empire. Go ahead, Marah.
Khan. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
You hear what the Lord said? Pass over them rivers. Get ready to go to war because your nakedness is about to be uncovered. And it's being uncovered right here, both figuratively and literally, spiritually as well, because spiritually it's obvious she's a spiritual hoe. Physically, because she done went and got butt naked up out there. It's a sad state that we in. Is that it? Or no, it's more?
There's a little bit more, sir.
Go ahead.
Thy shame shall be seen.
Thy shame shall be seen. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marah.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
He's going to take vengeance, and he's not going to respect you. He's not going to respect this empire when he brings the Third World War down, man. He's not going to respect this place like it's some place to be respected. He's going to bring destruction on this place, and rightfully so, man. Damn. Rightfully so. What a disgusting broad eye. You know what I'm saying? So that's it on that, Marah. Where we going?
Sorry, so you want the first story?
I sent you two stories. One with Macy Gray. Give me the Macy Gray story, then we're gonna run them down.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna just share this with the with everybody, sir.
Okay. Who I got in here in the check-in while you doing that? Hebrew J12 says she's State Senator Thotty. Big shout out to you. Give back what you stole. Big shout out to you, Black Tribe. IUIC pulling up on these churches. Yeah, IUIC getting a whooping on these churches by these churches. You right, Black Tribe. UPK Yahah. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Al-Shah Brakatah. Yabashim Brakatah to you as well, Warrior. Checking in from Ringo, Louisiana. Way down in the deep. Holding it down. Princess Sakura. Salaki if I messed that up. You understand? Called a puppet. Denisha Jones. Big shout out to you. Coco Puffy Head. What's going on, sis? Yahweh Shema Allah thought about Shema Shah. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. State Senator twerking to get in the seat. Was you able to pull the other one? Yes, sir. Let's break it down. Let me tell you something. Something amazingly right is happening in the black woman's sphere that I think is meaning circle when I say sphere, not fear, but sphere, the circle. Black women have, like they always do, they done figured out what the hell is going on. And they coming to a conclusion. They are now beginning to understand, and so are white women, that these transgenders are trying to replace them. That's what they're starting to realize. You're going to see that in this story Marah getting ready to bring in.
Khan.
Officer 5000 Mata Bar, you right. Because she's a real nut. That's a real nut case right there. Like, you go into that sister's past and you probably find out some horrible stuff that she did not get corrected, that she did not get counseling or therapy for, and instead went on and just became a nutcase in Esau's kingdom, which Esau don't mind. If you make Esau some money, he don't care if you're a lunatic, a child molester. He don't give a damn what you do. As long as you don't get caught, he could care less about any of it. Go ahead, Warrior.
Khan. Macy Gray defends transgender comments made during Piers Morgan interview.
Right. During a Piers Morgan, who's the British reporter, she made some comments that pissed everybody the hell off, at least in the LGBTQ community. Let's read some more. And Macy Gray, for those of you that may not know, she's a singer, an entertainer, and an actress, and she's a black woman. Go ahead.
Woman is a title that you earn.
Ouch.
Got some footage, sir.
Okay. Of the interview.
Kind of one con.
Can you give us a little sound in here, as well as the brothers and sisters at home?
Kind of one con.
Now, Murad, hold it now. What show is this? Because they've been flagging us like crazy lately. I think you might have to just read the story, Salakia.
Okay,
sorry, fam, but YouTube been pissed off with us because we pulling out a lot of footage, you know what I mean? Which should be free. They got it on YouTube. It shouldn't be no problem. We ain't making no money off it. We don't monetize this channel. So, but anyway, let's just read the story and break it down. You can use a still shot, Murad. You had a good still shot even on the video. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Macy Gray for standing on her ground as far as, you know, what she was defending. But we can read the story. Murad, break it down. We can read it. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one right there. You know what I mean? She's like a quirky type of sister, might have a little autism or something, but she's a good singer, good actor as far as everything I've heard about her. You know what I mean? There's always a plus to me if you don't take your clothes off. You know what I mean? Which most of these sisters do at a drop of a dime. She seemed like she's trying to keep hers on. So big shout out to her, at least for that. So anyway, let's rock it on out. Go ahead and read it when you get a second, Murad. Oh, yeah, there you go. You got a good shot of her.
Kind of con. Macy Gray is doubling down on comments made about transgender women during a recent interview with Piers Morgan. On Monday's episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored, Gray spoke about her controversial thoughts on changing the American flag and her strict definition of who can be considered a woman, which earned the R&B singer some online backlash from viewers who interpreted the statements as transphobic.
Right. That's their buzzwords to get you to stop saying what you're saying. And it take a lot of heart as an entertainer making money to make this kind of a statement. That's why I give big shout out to her. Because we do it. We don't give a damn what it is. We do it. But for somebody that's in the world who's basically looked at as selfish and only looking for, you know, money that's supposed to be in their pocket, and that's it. That's, you know, I had to give her at least a big shout out that she trying to, you know, stand up for what's right. Go ahead.
Con out of one con. During the interview, Morgan, 57, brought up a 2021 op-ed written by the 54-year-old Grammy winner for Market Watch.
Damn, she's 54. Go ahead.
In which she called the U.S. flag tattered, dated, diverse, and incorrect, compared to the Confederate flag. So I compared it to the Confederate flag and called for a redesign that represents the diversity of present-day America.
That's, once again, our brothers and sisters in the world, their way of revolution is to find a way to include us with Esau. They just don't know better. Like she means sincerely to try to, you know, be a revolutionary, but you can't be a revolutionary when you're trying to join the people who have been oppressing you. Like, your revolution can't be, we're going to have a revolution. Join the man that's, you know, oppressing us. That's not a revolution. That's a slave submission. And we've ignorantly been trained over the years to believe that that is, you know, how we, you know, correct our situation by forcing America to accept us and to love us. You know what I'm saying? Pause, stack me if you could, Murad. Give me the scripture that says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desire. Let's throw that one in there.
Got on one
all right? Just to fill up the tape. Most of you know these scriptures as well. You understand? Exactly. Get back what you stole. You hit it dead right. Can't join Esau ever. We have two separate. We have two separate. Completely. I ain't get all the rest, but I know what you're trying to say. We two like even Rebecca realized it when she went and inquired of the Lord. He said, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Right.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So sitting up there trying to, you know, make us one manner of people is an impossibility. You trying to make us one manner of people when the Lord is not making us one manner of people. We're going to be 2 manners of people. Go ahead.
Khan. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
You are the nation not desired. You not desired by the Arabs. You ain't desired by the so-called Jew. You ain't desired by the white people over here, the East Indians, the Africans. You are the people who are undesirable. You're the ones they want to get rid of. And the Lord said, gather yourself together, not gather yourself together with them. Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. And here's so why, especially in this time. In this time, man, let me tell you something. In this time, if you ain't completely focused on building your nation and being totally about your people, then you're going to err big time in this kingdom. Go ahead, give me some more.
Khan, sir. You wanted the scripture or more of the story, sir?
Give me more. Well, give me more on the scripture. Let's finish the scripture. Go ahead. Salakia. I got distracted.
Khan. Before the decree bring forth.
Before the decree brings forth. When somebody lays down a decree, like a king would lay down a decree, that means he lay down an order. He say, you know, that kingdom or that nation over there that did this or did that, I decree them an enemy, let them be destroyed. That's a decree. Something that come from a king or somebody of power. So when the prophet of the Lord spoke about it, he said the decree bring forth, meaning that the Lord decide to wipe them out. He's saying, gather yourself together before God say, destroy that empire. Why? So that you don't get destroyed, which he's going to read now. Go ahead, Ak.
Khan. Before the day pass as the chaff.
You're right. As the day pass as the chaff. What is the chaff? When you cut down wheat in a field, the chaff is the little part that's left on the bottom, like right near the root. You don't cut that part down because you can't really turn that part into food. That's kind of like the stalk that grows the wheat. So you cut the wheat off the top, but the chaff is what's left on the bottom. And when you cultivate in a field, what the farmers do is they burn that chaff. They burn that chaff so that it could turn into mulch, so they can go back into the soil and fertilize the soil, makes the soil more rich, so that the wheat could come up the next year even stronger. So what he's saying, before the chaff do what?
Before the day pass as the chaff.
Right, before the day pass as the chaff. Because once you light that chaff up, first of all, after you cut the wheat down and bring it into the barn, that chaff dries out. It becomes dry and brittle. So the minute you light it up, boof, the whole damn field goes up and burns with that chaff. So what the prophet is saying is, look, man, before that, this kingdom be destroyed like that chaff, you better gather yourself together. You better get ready in this last day. Come on with it.
Khan. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Right. The Lord's anger is coming on this empire. The Lord's anger is so close. It's so close, I damn near could taste it. You could see it happening every day in these streets and in this kingdom and on the news. And that's why you shouldn't fear the news. You should be able to look at the news knowing how well it matches with the biblical prophecy. I can't stop watching the news because it lines up with the scriptures so well. It lines up with these last days so well. It's like reading the scriptures before my eyes as I see the things that happen in this kingdom and what the Lord is doing. He said, look, man, before the day pass as the chaff. Go ahead, Marah.
Khan. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
The day of the Lord's anger coming upon this place, man. He going to do this place in. His anger is coming on this place, and he going to do it in. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back to the story if we could, please.
Khan, sir. Grace stood by her comments. Reboot the Constitution, the flag. All the old standards that our ancestors lived by were right for the time they lived in.
Right, like that's what a lot of black people want. A lot of black people want America to make some changes to this Constitution so that, life in their mind could be better. Like life could be better if you know, we changed the Constitution. Y'all heard me bring this out many times. When Pharaoh couldn't get the midwives to kill our babies, he told the Egyptians to just throw our babies in the river, in the Nile River. They talk about that Nile River like that Nile River is such a wonderful, noble place. The Nile River that made Egypt great. They threw our babies in that Nile River, man, in mass extermination on us, and did it in the cheapest, easiest way they could. Snatched the baby right from our mother's hands and threw the baby into the river where the baby drowned down that Nile River. You wonder why the Lord destroyed that place, man. Why did he part that Red Sea and drown them Egyptians? You know how many tens of thousands of babies they drowned, man, and the Lord let Moses live? Tens of thousands of babies. Don't you know Moses grew up knowing that he was in Pharaoh's house, that he was actually a Hebrew? He was suckled by his mother before he went up in Pharaoh's house. So he already knew that he was a Hebrew, and he knew the history, because remember, he's in the palace. He's there where all the records was. He learned all the ways of the Egyptians. He knew all about their history and their records. So he saw the records that when he was a baby, how they were throwing the Hebrew babies in the river and killing them. He knew about all of them. Just like any senator or congressman today can go into what they call the archives. You understand? And in them archives, they got all the records of the things they've done. That's why 100 years later, they tell you when they did stuff like false flags or assassinated somebody. That's why they're able to tell you when they tried to kill Fidel Castro or assassinate it, because they got them in their own records. They don't let them out for everybody, but they have them in them records. Well, guess what? Moses was able to see all those records, saw everything they did. And that's what made him say, like the Lord said, he went to look upon his brothers. He knew he was living rich. He was about to take the throne. He's about to get on top of this, but he knew this wasn't right. I'm getting ready to take the throne of Egypt, and my brothers is in the streets dying, and I'm up in here, you understand, like some celebrity. Let me go out there and see what them brothers is suffering. See what they went through and what they going through. And he went down and saw them and saw that they was fighting and hating each other. And he thought it was insane. When he saw it, he was shocked. The reason he was shocked, because he's reading the records. He's seeing them records, all the things the Egyptians did to us. Stuff we don't even know they did. And he looking at them records, and he come out and see us fighting, and in his mind, what the hell are you fighting with another brother over? You don't see all the stuff these Egyptians did to y'all? And he stopped them and said, yo, y'all brothers, man. And they rejected him and said, man, who the hell are you? Who you think you are? You don't tell us what to do. And that began his journey on fixing the nation, man. That began his journey. And the same in this case here. Go ahead, Marah. So Macy Gray and them, you know, in their sincerity, want to turn around and get people to get right, so to speak, and make the Constitution right and make it all good. I said that about Egypt to say this, that even though legally Pharaoh couldn't kill those babies, he couldn't do it legally. That's why he went to them midwives to try to do it in a way that nobody would know about it. That was a secret plan of abortions. He did it in secret, but the midwives wouldn't respond. Now, he's Pharaoh. He could have just went in there and said, I'm going to kill all you midwives for not doing what I said. But why couldn't he do it? Because, of course, it was against the law. It wasn't the law for him to do it. So when he couldn't do it that way, he just decided to tell all his people, just throw their babies in the river. They rebelling against you. They acting up. They don't want to be good citizens. Throw their babies in the river is what Pharaoh told them. And they followed it. So thinking, just to bounce right back real quick, thinking that you're going to convince Esau that if he changed the Constitution or he changed the laws or he changed the situation, somehow peace and harmony and love will come to America is ridiculous. You must not have seen the January 6th riots. What you saw on January 6th is when the Edomites decide they don't like the laws that they have. They ain't like you. You're being brainwashed and told, well, even if you don't like the laws, you have to let justice work. You have to go through the system. Them Edomites don't think like that. They don't like the law. They coming for whoever ruling over them. That's why they called up, they had on CNN today, they called up that senator that joined the January 6th committee and was, bringing out all the dirt. Man, they played some of them phone calls. I mean, they was not scared to call up senators and tell them, we're going to kill you. We're going to go after your wife, your children. I mean, they just did not give a damn, the Edomites. We coming for you. We coming for your wife. Get ready. Wait on. I mean, real serious threats against a senator because this their kingdom. So trying to get them to pass laws like that's going to make them act right is a joke. It's a joke, and it's a way to put yourself to sleep. I ain't shooting down Macy Gray. I think she's trying to, in her own sincere way, trying to step up to what she think is right. But she's totally wrong. So let's go on now. Let's get now to the LGBT part of what she said, Marah, please.
To me, what the states do is best. To me, what the states do best is diversity, is culture.
Right, and that's another flawed mistake. Our people believe that diversity is going to make everybody love everybody. You think because some white man eats some, chitlins and ham hocks, that he going to love black people. You understand? You think just the same way they go out and love Chinese food. You think if they love black people's culture, that that'll bring harmony to them. When you don't understand this beast that's ruling over you. That the Lord, this beast will sit down and eat Chinese food and bomb the Japanese into the Stone Age. You think they won't? They'll sit down and eat Chinese food and drop a nuclear bomb on North Korea. Like, you don't understand who you dealing with, man. You know what I mean? If I could, Marah, can I stack one scripture? Stack me in Deuteronomy where the Lord said, I shall send a fierce nation against thee. It shall not regard the old or the young. Like, you don't understand who you dealing with. She mean well, but she's ignorant to how the world really works. And we ignorant to it because we've been listening to 400 years of brainwashing. When we got to unbrainwash ourselves and begin to walk after what the Lord said to do, man. That's how we get ourselves fixed. Come on, I'm going to stack this one and I'll get up off it, go back to the other scripture. That's how we get this together. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth.
The Lord said he's going to bring them from the end of the earth, which is exactly what he did. Took this cat up out the Caucasus Mountain, which is the end of the earth. Go ahead.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
Come on.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So biblical and prophetic how the Lord put as the eagle fly. And he count himself like an eagle. That's been his symbol since the Roman days, probably before that. You can go back to the Roman days and they loved that eagle. They loved to fly high and swoop down where you can't see them and snatch their prey up and go back up into the sky where you can't touch them. That's how an eagle lives. It's rare that an eagle gets killed in the wild. The eagle does all the killing in the wild. He's up in his nest where you don't even see him until he come out that nest, come down, snatch his prey, and he back up in the air. He killed the prey with the claws while he taking them in the air. While he going back up in the air and he got that animal off the ground, he digging them claws in that animal, ripping that animal apart, and he bring them back. That's how he liked to live. And he likes to live up high in a cave. That's why he builds skyscrapers, just like an eagle. He likes to be up high where he's not in danger, but looking down to see where the enemy is. Oh, that's so his way. And he loves to be that way. And the Lord so fittingly said he will be swift like the eagle flieth. Go ahead. If I could, this is also why this kingdom is so fast-paced. Like every other kingdom in history has been a relaxed, slow-paced kingdom. Even today, you go over to the Middle East or Africa, they all live a slower life, but not over here. Over here, they fast like the eagle flieth. That's how they roll on this side. Go ahead.
Khan, a nation of fierce continents.
A fierce nation, meaning what is your continence? The way you look. You wonder why they don't mess with the United States? Because he shows his power. Them planes he got, them bombs, them weapons, them nuclear weapons. He's a fierce-looking nation. He's a scary nation to the other nation. You look at him like Jesus. You look at him like Jesus because he's the guy giving you your prescription at the CVS. He's the doctor fixing your son's toe when he break his toe or scrape his knee from a bicycle accident. He's your boss hiring you. You fill out an application. He's smiling. Oh, congratulations. Welcome to the job. You know what I mean? So you look at him like Jesus when he's just managing his slaves. He's just managing his empire. But these other nations who don't have a stake in it with him, they look at him like he's a scary thing. They look at him like he's a frightening, frightening thing. When he fly them jets up in their kingdom, brother, they tremble. They tremble. That stealth bomber, when you're an American, you go to an air show, you look up and see that eagle, that stealth fighter, to you it's like, wow, look at that. Look how it's shaped. Look how fast it is. Damn, that joint bad. Look how it maneuver. Oh, snap. That joint is banging. When them other nations see it, they ain't thinking like that. They thinking, oh, my God, if they decide to kill us, there ain't nothing we could do. Let's look at the terrible weapons they have. That's how they thinking. But you brainwashed. You thinking this is your home. This is your empire. So you don't see it that way. But they do. Like the Lord said, they got a fierce look. And fierce means to be intense, to be, serious, to be driven. And that's how he got it. That's the look of him. Go ahead.
A nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of old, nor shew favor to the young.
They ain't gonna care about you old or young. They don't care about that. They don't care about, having mercy on you. You think that way. And of course, you always got some liberals as bleeding hearts to care about you or love they done been rich for their whole daddy life. And now they feel like why we got to treat these people like that? Why we got to, we've got it all. We're rich. We're wealthy. And then they halfway hate their dad. You understand? He done ignored them in the board office instead of going, skateboarding with them. So they halfway hate their dad. So they a rebel. You always got some of those. But as a whole, this nation don't care. They don't care, man. Anytime a nation can allow you to kill 4 million babies in the abortion clinic. 4 million babies in the abortion clinic. They don't care about you. Let me stack one more, Marah. I know I'm running. Can you stack me with that scripture that says, the first that cometh out of the matrix is mine?
Khan, sir.
You understand? You can't kill the baby in the womb. You got to allow that baby to come out because that baby don't belong to you. The Lord said it belonged to him. And he said it while it was in the womb. I'm going to give you proof positive right now that abortion is an abomination to the Lord. It's where the Lord going to say that baby belongs to me. That's the deal with your covenant. Well, guess what? We killed 4 million of them. And Lord, forgive our sisters for it and brothers who encouraged it, man. Lord, forgive us all and turn us from our darkness and turn us back to the Most High. You understand? Because the only part I don't like about teaching this subject about abortion is I know how much it have traumatized our sisters. And a lot of times it's very difficult to get you sisters to know that Christ died for you. Let me tell you a scripture I was just going over today. Christ said this. He told Peter, I'm going to wash your feet. And Peter said, no, Lord, no, don't wash my feet. I'm not worthy of it. And Christ turned to Peter and said, if I don't wash your feet, you ain't got no part with me. When you go back and look at that scripture, you're going to learn something deep. That whatever you did out there before you came into the truth, Christ died for you to get it wiped off the record. You have got to forgive yourself. And here's why you got to forgive yourself. Because Satan wants you to be guilty and never turn to the Lord. That's his tool. Like we out getting high and our sisters being hoes and all that, really, because we guilty of the sins we did already. And so we feel like there's no hope to go forward. When Christ died for you to go forward, he died for you. If you don't let Christ forgive you, you ain't got no part with him. That's what he was telling Peter. If you don't let me forgive your sins, you ain't got no part with me, man. You can't get in this kingdom unless I can forgive your sins. Why? Because you can't forgive them. If you could forgive and end your sins, you would need Christ. So you need the king chosen by the Lord to wipe away a crime. And see, our crimes are spiritual crimes. They're crimes against the Most High. Can't no white man write a law cleaning up the crimes we did against God. There ain't no barrier between God and us. You could put 1,000 soldiers in front of me and tell me we're going to protect you. But with God come for me, you can't protect me. The Lord sent an angel to step right past all them soldiers and put me to death on the spot. So I don't have no way out if the Lord decided to destroy me. The only way I got out is if somebody can spiritually pass a law that say, you now forgiven and no harm will come to you. Well, guess what? Christ did that. That's what Christ did. That's why he went on the cross. That's why he went and died. He died so that he could step before that throne in them 3 days in the grave and said, I died and I broke none of your laws. So your laws still live, Lord, Father. And the Lord said, hell yeah, you did right. You restored my covenant when everybody broke it. Go on and be king, rule the kingdom. Forgive who you want to forgive. Fix what you need to fix. Build your kingdom. And that's what we're doing right now. So if you don't allow Christ to forgive you, you're going to kill 4 million more babies listening to Satan. Because you're rejecting the king, Yahushua, a black man. And that's why it's difficult for me, because I want to convey how evil it is to have abortion, but I also want to convey to my sisters, yo, you ain't had no part in that. You didn't even know what you was doing. Sisters and brothers, you didn't know what you was doing. They sat up there and spent trillions of dollars brainwashing you since the 70s. Set up all kinds of plans, just like this right here. The day gonna come when we're gonna have to sit down with thousands and thousands of gay men. And they're gonna be broken and destroyed and messed up. And we're gonna have to show them what this beast did to them psychologically. And they're gonna be heartbroken. In that same movie, What is a Woman? Man, they had a heavy part in that movie where this white woman, who they converted her to a man from young. Right. And she was so angry. She looked like she wanted to jump up and kill the reporter just for wanting to kill somebody. And she was so goddamn angry with him because of what she said they was doing. And you could tell she was angry because the LGBTQ community turned on her because she said, yo, y'all, this ain't right. And let me tell you something. When you got to go with the crowd, that's a scary thing. You can't always go with the crowd. And to be in the truth, you got to go against the crowd, because society going to bring forth Satan's kingdom. Your job is to bring forth Christ's kingdom. So if you're bringing forth Satan's kingdom, how are you going to bring forth Christ's kingdom? You're going to have to be able to be hated. You're going to have to not go with the crowd. And that's why this white woman was so angry, because the very people she embraced, the LGBTQ community, they had rejected her. So she was like, I can't say something is wrong. We dying here. Look at my arm. She pulled her arm out and saw I was all ripped up, but was angry that they would not allow her to say this is wrong. We ain't supposed to be doing this to kids. We messing up their mind. We destroying them. You understand? And they know it, but again, the pharmaceutical companies get $1.4 million for every child that decides they want to go into transgender. 1.4 million. That's for the medicine before, the operation, the lifelong medicines after, the hormones, the medical treatments, all of that. They get 1.4 million a pop. So they want all the LGBTs they can get their damn hands on. They want it to become part of the culture because they're about making that money and that's all they give a damn about. But
Right.
the point is, you got to be the one that pushes and be the advocate against it. And that's what the Lord called us to do, which is why prophets are such a great thing. Nobody really understood how great a prophet was until the I.S.U.P.K began to reveal it. We began to really reveal how important a prophet is. And especially now, because we were so brainwashed as a people, we didn't even really know how important the job of a man of God, a real man of God, is. I ain't talking about them fools in the church following the white Jesus, of course. So go ahead. Let's go on back, Murad. Did I leave anything out that I need to clarify on what I just said? If so, y'all throw it in the chat, in the comments. If not, let's go on back and finish where we was. Where we leave off at, Murad?
Khan, sir. I'm about to read her comments.
By the way, if I could, man, big shout out to Murad. Murad, you got this screen looking absolutely toasty.
Water, sir.
You got some good square shots. You got a good shot of you in there. Like, this thing look tight, like it ought to look, man. So big shout out to you, Salaki. Go ahead.
The water, sir. The water for all the training. Everybody that trained me. If I could, sir. Back to Morgan, what she said. I mean, to the interview with Morgan that Macy Gray said. These are comments. Morgan claimed most public figures are too terrified to even say what they think a woman is, and asks Gray to define a woman. This is her quote.
Ask her to define a woman. That's the new question now. Define a woman. And see, y'all, listen, you transgenders, you done played yourself. Because the empire still runs by a woman. That's who the Romans worship. The Romans always worshiped a woman. That was always their thing. Heathens worship women. Egyptians, Isis. Greeks, Astaroth. Romans, Diana. Holy Roman Empire, Mary. Byzantine Empire, Mary. All the latest empires, Mary. What do they worship today in the Roman Catholic Church? The mother of Jesus. What do they not call her the mother of Jesus? Because in other words, her rank is higher than Jesus. You understand? Her rank is higher than Jesus. That's why they call her the mother of Jesus and the mother Mary. You understand? That's how they put her. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. I would say a human being with boobs. Salaki, let me read back. Think, Salaki, are too terrified to say what they think a woman is and asks Gray to define a woman.
Right. He said define it. Like, imagine that. 2022, you got to explain what a woman is. Woo. Feel that for a minute. Feel that for a minute. I knew what a woman was at 5. I knew what a girl was at 3. I knew what I had 2 sisters and 1 brother. It was 2 boys, 2 girls. It was clear at 3 years old what was a boy and what was a girl. We in 2022. And they got to ask, what is a woman? Somebody done got inside your mind, man. You've been hacked. You worry about your computer getting hacked. Your goddamn brain been hacked.
That's
they
right.
done downloaded some malware in your goddamn brain. You got malware in your skull. Okay? And Lord help you if they bring the metaverse on like they want to. They want to bring that metaverse on, you're going to really be brainwashed because you're going to be living in virtual reality. Let me tell you something else, too. That Edomite that shot up that neighborhood over there in Chicago, first of all, he was from the very neighborhood. That neighborhood was a neighborhood filled with the rich so-called Jews. He tried to kill his family once already. They probably was wealthy as hell, who knows? But the point is, he lived totally in a virtual reality world. He was into them video games, virtual reality. He rarely went outside, they said. And when he went out there, brother, he went out there and killed everything moving. And they doing all kinds of stuff to them kids. You saw he was dressed like a woman. So he all mixed up. He don't know if he's a man. He don't know if he's a woman. He's an outcast in society. Girls don't want him because they all eating each other box. So they learning from three. You know, Susie got two mothers and Tommy got two fathers. So the women is eating each other box. And the young man at the time when they know they supposed to like become a man, ain't no girls want him. So then they trying to be a boy. Then they switch up and say, well, maybe I'm transgender. So they put on women's clothes. I mean, he was dressed like a full-out woman going to a rock concert. Makeup, hair, earrings, bracelets, jewelry, watch, skirt, everything. Just like a madman. That's what they done did to these Edomites, man. And they gonna do it to your sons as well. Given enough time, there ain't enough time in this kingdom. And so then they turned around, man, and just went the hell off. He just went off. But my point I was going to make is that he was from that neighborhood and was all messed up being in that neighborhood. And by being up in there in all that madness and mess, these young white boys is feeling outcast. And here's what's happening. They starting to look to virtual things as a way to live. It started with the video games, but after a while, it's going to go way beyond the video games. They're going to have virtual gang fights, virtual shootouts. They're going to have all kind of virtual life that those kids want to have that they can't physically have because they rich living in a mansion in some, high wealthy area. That's why white people love hip hop. White people love hip hop because they get to feel what it feels like to be in the hood without having to go live in the hood. They get to feel your poverty, your anger, your revenge. They get to feel what you feel without having to actually go there. And as a result, they love it because it's a good experience with no consequences. Well, that's what happened with this Edomite. And many like him. But the problem is they're going to then go and carry it out in the real world, which is why they're shooting up the place. This is the third young dude that shot up the place. And the one that they said is Latino in Uvalde, I ain't all the way certified him yet, that he's an actual Latino. Okay? So let's go on back, Mariah. I'm jumping. Salakia. I don't want to burn up the time. Oh, yeah.
Count on one con, sir. Count on one con. So we're about to get to what she said. I would say a human being with boobs. You have to start there. And a vagina, she said. The former Good Morning Britain presenter claimed that the dictionary definition of a woman is quiet, straightforward, seeming to equate it with Gray's personal meaning of the word.
Right. Like now it's her personal meaning of the word. We'll show you they're going to have to change all the dictionaries on what is a woman. Just like they had to change all the dictionaries on the diagnosis of homosexuality. They diagnosed it as a disorder at one time. They took it out of the books, like in 74 or whatever, when they started to bring this in. Now they're going to have to change them again. You understand? Her definition ain't go far enough. Somebody got to say biologically born with a vagina. At least she brought that part, and that's the part pissed them off. Because some of them is dressed up fully like a woman and got, a 12-foot rod, a 12-inch rod, Salaki, sitting up under a skirt. Like some of them running around like that. And so they mad that you discount them as a woman when that's cuckoo land. Go ahead, Marah.
Salaki, sir, got a little bit more.
Come on.
If I could.
Please.
So Salaki. So that's what he said, right? If I may.
Okay.
And this is what she said. To which the singer responded with a comment about pronouns. See, now that's getting confusing. the whole he, she, they, she said. It's a bit like the whole issue of transgenders in sport. Going back to what he said, I support all trans rights to fairness and equality, Morgan replied. And Gray agreed. He continued, but not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport. So, and she said, I totally agree, Gray said, and I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go and change your parts doesn't make you a woman. Sorry.
Come on with it, Macy Gray. Come on with it, girl. You understand? Just because you go chop things up in the chop shop, it don't make you something you not. Like you can put on all kind of fenders and lights and all that on a Volkswagen. It don't make it a Ferrari. It's still a Volkswagen underneath. You understand? It on top, it looked like a Ferrari with the kit on it and everything. But underneath, it's still a Volkswagen. You understand? And that's what she's trying to say. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and here's the thing. Like this LGBTQ movement is trying to stop free speech. It's trying to stop people's ability to disagree, like, which is such a sodomite thing to do. It's exactly what Lot went through in Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, they don't just want to be an alternative lifestyle. They want you to be forced to accept their definition of an alternative lifestyle. Like, why do I have to accept your definition of a woman? Why can't I have my definition of a woman and we disagree? But that's not good enough because it's a demon that they're trying to satisfy. And the demon they're trying to satisfy will not allow it to be that way, which is why prophets of God were such fierce fighters against evil, because you have to be, or you'll get swept up under the ocean. You got more, Marah? Come on, Marah. Get more out the story. Come on with it.
Khan.
Gone.
So, Salaki, if I could.
Go ahead.
All right. People do feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, added Morgan. You can identify as whatever you like. That's the freedom we live in. But actually, you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
You can't change that. I don't care how hard Esau work on it. Esau can't make that vagina. He ain't got the skills to make that thing. That thing is made from heaven. Like God got the patent on that box.
Right.
He got the patent on. Like, listen, you want everybody to respect your patents. Well, you better respect God's patent on that box. You understand? Listen, ain't they mad at the Chinese Marah for stealing all the what they call it, the copyrights on all their films and tapes? Well, stop trying to steal the copyrights on God's work as well. God made that vagina. You understand? And he worked hard on putting that thing together. He made that thing exquisite for man. So stop trying to steal God's work. Stop plagiarizing. You already stole them by putting up the white Jesus. You put the white Jesus up, man, and stole his identity. You already started with identity theft. Now you're trying to steal patented copyright material. Please. You understand? And what they say when they selling something, don't buy a fake one. Get the real McCoy. And let me tell you who McCoy was. McCoy was a man who made a small device that oiled the train wheels. It was so deep. When they built the trains, he made a device that oiled the train wheels so they wouldn't rust out and bust apart halfway down the road in the middle of the desert. And so when he was selling them all over the place, just like a white man do, he went and retook one of his and made another one, a fake one, and then turned around and started selling them. And so then the term got coined, the real McCoy. Why? Because train manufacturers, when somebody came to sell them the device, the train manufacturers would say, is that the real McCoy or is that a copy? And they'd have to say, oh, no, 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 no. That's the real McCoy. And then the train operators would buy it because they knew the real McCoy was the one that would really work and it would not break down. And so they would buy that one to keep them trains running. Well, listen, I say to y'all, get the real McCoy. Don't you buy no fake one. Get a real one. And the Lord hold the patent on that. And McCoy, by the way, was a black man, if I didn't mention that earlier. McCoy that created that was a black man. All right.
So I can say last little bit.
Please. Oh, big shout out to From Egypt to Israel. Like Marvin Gaye sang, ain't nothing like the real thing. I can't say it. I'm terrible at that. But that Marvin Gaye song was right. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby, man. Go ahead, Salaki.
Count on one con, sir. This is the last quote from Macy Gray, right?
Come on.
Women go through just a completely unique experience. So like if women go through just a completely unique experience and surgery or finding yourself doesn't change that.
That's heavy. That's heavy, heavy, heavy what she dropped in this respect. Like we are actually walking around in 2022 trying to duplicate something that already exists in humanity. And we're trying to duplicate a natural born woman. That is cuckoo's nest talk. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like you couldn't have made it as a robot. So now you're going to take human beings and convert them. That's what Joseph Mengele was doing in Nazi Germany. Joseph Mengele in the 40s in Nazi Germany was experimenting on the so-called white Jewish babies and us too. They don't tell you about that, but they was experimenting on us too. They was experimenting on changing the melanin in our skin. They was experimenting on using twins and trying to find ways to duplicate those twins, to take their genes and duplicate them so they can make 1,000 of the same person. They was doing cloning back then. They was doing all kinds of things back then. And they were doing these things, man, to further their white race. And now here, those experiments and ideas and thoughts are now spilling out into the street, into all kinds of ways, to the point where society is literally telling us, you have to accept a remanufactured woman that's not really what a woman has been for 6,000 years. You got to now take this kind of a woman. Like, this is crazy. And going to bring the end of the world. Going to help bring in the end of the world. Was that it, Morale? Come on, Morale.
Just the last part, sir.
Go ahead. There's a good story right here.
Karawakan. Being a little girl is a whole epic book, you know. And you can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
Woo, that was deep. Woo, Macy Gray went deep on that one. Get that one up. Woo, she went there. And that's so true. Like a woman's experience from a little girl, from the observation of her mother and father, from her growing up, her experiences. You understand? The things she writes in her journal, the life she lives, her first boyfriend, you know, her marriage, having a child. I mean, that she's right. And now you gonna come along and get some old greasy white boy, chop his rod off and say, see, there it is, same thing. That's like getting, you know what I'm saying? That's like getting, you know, Texas brisket as opposed to, you know, Korean 4 wings and fried rice. It's like, what is you talking about? Two totally different things. Go ahead, Marat Salagi.
If I could, sir, one of those things too is that when a little girl get her flower, that's something that's like, you know, that's like a
big damn deal.
Con.
It's a big damn deal, man. You know what I mean? Such an experience, man. The you know, everything she got to go through. But anyway, that was a good point Macy Gray brought, man, and shows you that that's the evil of the day that we dealing with. And that evil, brother, now finally the sisters is picking up. They realize that these sodomites is trying to replace them. They started with the sports, and they're going to go into all kind of other things. They're going to try to replace them, man. You understand? And removed them, and now finally, they ain't laughing at you sodomites no more. They used to laugh and kiki with you when you act like a girl. They ain't doing it now. They know now what your real plan was. And so that's why they stopping it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it on that. Let's move on, Murad. What else we dealing with?
We're gonna go into Akron police release heartbreaking footage of Jalen Walker being shot up 60 times.
Jesus Christ. Like, once again, and this is what's so evil about this story, if I could. What's so evil, before you even read the story, what's so evil about this story is this. They're going to act like they saw a gun, there was a flash, did they have a reason to justify the shooting, blah, 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 blah. Show me the white boy that got shot 60 times. Show me him. Show me the Chinaman that was a criminal that did a crime that got shot 60 times. Show me the Arab. Show me who got shot 60 times that was not us or somebody they believed was us. Then let's talk about whether it was justified or not. But if the only one that you killing, shooting 60 times is us, something is wrong. And somebody, one of the brothers, I forget who, but one of the brothers put a great post up in Facebook. And on that post, he said he showed this brother getting shot 60 times on a traffic stop. And he showed that Edomite who shot up that rich Chicago neighborhood. They took him into custody as peaceful and calm and as easy as it could be. Like, they giving out us a death sentence for running from the cops, who's beating and brutalizing us all the time. So now you run, we're going to kill you. It probably angers them so much. They so animalistic that it's like any hunter. Once the animal, like your cat or your dog, if you tie a string on a ball and you throw it out there in front of your cat might play with it for a minute, and then the cat will walk away as long as the ball is sitting there. But if you yank that string and that ball starts to move, that cat shoots after that ball because it's his instinct to hunt. And if you run, in his subconscious mind, he's pre-programmed to chase you down because the running says, this is the prey. Hunt him. Go after him. Same with a dog. And other animals too. That's why they say you get out in the woods, certain animals don't run. If you see them and they see you, they tell you don't run. Certain animals, they say don't run, because if you run, that signals to the animal that you are prey. You are something he's supposed to chase down and kill. And he goes after you based on the fact that you run. Well, this is how this man is when it comes to us. He almost has an instinct that if you run, we kill you. Go ahead, Op.
Got video footage, sir.
Yeah. Like that's why in their mind, you run, it's you running for a reason. It's a danger, which really means kill you because you run. There must be a threat. That's why you run, which is so like an animal, man. So thoughtless. Go ahead, Op.
Violation. 21 shots fired. That vehicle just had a shot come out of its door.
At the time of the sound, a flash of light can be seen along the driver's side of the suspect vehicle.
West on Wilbus with Firestone. Can I get in? We're still westbound on Wilbus. We're passing Evergreen. We're heading towards.
So that was pretty much
well,
it.
Listen, let me tell you something. First of all, when he got out of the vehicle, he did not have a gun. He got out of the vehicle, he ain't have no gun. They shot him 60 times out of hatred and anger. Even if you saw a flash of the gun, when you pull up on him, you giving him directions. Like, get out the car, turn around, get on the ground. And even if he's not complying to those things, he's not shooting at you. Like, he ain't showing you no gun. He ain't shooting at you. Like, he's getting out the car. They proved that he did not have a gun when he got out the car. So he gets out the car after you running and he stopped. He gets out the car. No gun in his hand. What made you start shooting? And whatever made you start shooting made you think to keep on shooting until you fired 90 rounds between 8 officers. That means each officer emptied his clip. Each officer shot until he had no more bullets to shoot. Never even knowing if this brother was a threat of any kind. Because the gun, he had a gun, a legal gun, but the gun was in the car. Go ahead, Marah. You gonna say something on it?
I found the footage, sir. I got it right here.
And listen, a flash of lightning, a flash coming out the car does it from the helicopter, of course, is seeing this. A flash out the car don't mean light the car up. He's shooting at you. Listen, and then they saw the flash long before they stopped. Long before they stopped, they saw the flash. Okay? And listen, even some of the Edomite police chief was mad as hell at them. Even he was like, they're going to have to account for every bullet because they know this is ridiculous, man. This don't happen to nobody. There ain't no other criminals, man. Chinese criminals run from the cops all the time. Forget about Edomites. They don't even stop. Them cops come to get them. They take off all the time. Crash the car up and all that. Never end up in a shootout. Even when they start shooting, the cops don't kill them. Them cops take cover, get away, get a loudspeaker, a negotiator, all that. They had to get so close to him to light the car up. Like, you stop him. He stopped now. He get out the car. You pointing guns at him. You don't even look to see if he got a gun. You understand? But here's the thing. In Edomite's mind, the fact that he ran means they must have had a reason to kill him. Because that's how an animal thinks. An animal thinks, if you run, I must have had to have a reason to kill you. You must be the prey. You must be who I'm supposed to kill. Because that's what I do. I kill who runs from me because the prey runs from me. You know what I'm saying? That's why, how you think they get dogs to race in dog races? You ever go to the dog races? When you go to the dog races, they have a rabbit. That's a mechanical rabbit. Hold it if you got it. I'll come back to it. They got a mechanical rabbit. And the mechanical rabbit shoots out right before the dogs shoot out. And the dogs see the rabbit running. It's a mechanical rabbit, but it's running. They open the gates, the dogs is on his behind. They running after him with full speed. Why are they running after him? Because they instinctively see him as prey. So they have to go at it. It's like an instinct. That's what these people do. When they human beings, are supposed to be using their intelligence. But when it comes to us, it's like an animal fight. It's so damn wrong. You was going to show something around, please?
Kind of my God, sir. It's a little vivid, if I may.
Yeah, brace yourself out there. the footage?
Oh, damn, we was muted, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
But if I may, from what you were saying, sir, this is it right here, because if you notice, I'm gonna play it slow, but they shooting him and his body is moving like as they. This is a good one right here, because
Like,
you can
this
see
is
they
Rodney
surrounded
King
him.
2.0. This is Rodney King 2.0. Go ahead, Al. And let me tell you something else. You can best believe them cops watched the Rodney King situation and said to themselves, next time we'll just kill him. So we ain't got to worry about no trial. We'll kill him and call it justified, and we won't have to worry about no trial. Like, the Lord going to do something horrible to this empire, man. He going to do this empire something. I mean, it's going to be something you never thought of. He going to bring down on this empire. It's going to be stuff you never thought could be done. He going to do it to him. Go ahead.
Lock it, sir. If I could just like they firing on him. Down.
His gun on him. They all could see he's on the ground. Every last one of them could see he's on the ground. And instead, they emptied their guns on him.
Like his body.
Moving from the bullets. I see him trying to survive. As he getting hit, he's trying to recover from each hit. You gonna tell me I ain't supposed to say the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of, man? No, you show me where the devil is, because I don't see nobody doing us the way we getting done here. That's why the Lord said, if not, where and who is he? Stack me. Just tell him where it is. You understand? Like, that's crazy. You understand? That's insane, man. Man. Mariah, we got time for one more story? Cutting it close?
Count on one con, so we can throw in one more.
To this?
So that,
Give me the next one right quick.
Sir.
I'll try to work it in for the next 2 minutes, y'all, before we get ready to roll. Right, from Egypt to Israel said it again. He said, as if history teaches us anything, they're all going to get off. You understand? Go ahead. Which is a strong possibility. I wouldn't expect them to get anything, because we so dumb. We walking around trying to join the kingdom. Let's change the laws and make the kingdom love us more. Let's come up with inclusivity and diversity and the this and the that. Yeah, we trying to do all that while we the one dying. And here's the thing. We're trying to do that. I don't see no white civil rights group full of white people that say, yo, we're determined to make black people have what we have in this country. And we ain't taking no mess for it. I ain't never seen them. You? Hell no. There's always black people trying to convert America to love black people. There ain't no white people trying to convert America to love you. Even when they was talking about that killing in Illinois over the weekend, over 4th of July, when they were talking about that killing, this Edomite said that there is so much killing going on, and many of this killing is going on in Chicago. But somewhere at some time, we have to draw the line. When she said that, I said, well, I'll be damned. All the killing going on in Chicago. And now it's time to draw the line. Why? Because rich white people got killed this time. So now we'll draw the line. Like, you are an idiot to treat somebody who does not love you and to treat them with a love as though they're your family. Like when Christ said, love thy brother as thyself, turn the other cheek. That's what you do with your family, your tribe. Like, you can't get rid of your brother. Everybody done had a problem with their brother. Your brother take your shirt and wear it when he ain't supposed to, get something on it, mess your $50 shirt up. He come home, you ready to bust his goddamn head open for messing up your best shirt when you ain't even give him permission to take the damn shirt. You damn near looking at it like he's a damn thief for taking your shirt. But at some point in there, you got to come back and be civil with him. Why? Because he's your brother. You can't get rid of it. Same with your sister. You can't get rid of him. And that's what Christ was trying to teach us, man. You can't get rid of each other. So you better go ahead and start to forgive each other for the trespasses against each other. Your big dumb ass turn around and now you forgiving and loving every heathen that have ever done anything wrong to you, and constantly going back like they're going to do something different with you, when that is not what the Lord was trying to show you. Christ did not die for you to love the other nations. He died for you to forgive your brother. And guess what? I understand why. Because you ain't mad at nobody but your brother. Everybody else get a pass. Everybody else, you mad at somebody who tell you that the white man is the devil. You want to forgive him. You want inclusiveness, diversity. You want all that with him. But your brother in the hood with you, you ain't never forgive these damn niggas. I hate niggas. I hear people saying that all the time. Talk to somebody in the supermarket. Yeah, but that's why I hate niggas. I heard that old them old purple niggas that when they was playing that tape, when they got their ass whooped by them church people with a girl with the stiletto bust the nigga head open.
Right.
In that tape, he say, see, these are niggas. He say it on that tape. If you go back and listen to that tape, while he narrated it, he say, these are niggas. Like he had nothing but hatred for them blacks and Latinos and called them niggas. And in a I call black people niggas too. We all use it at times, but not in that way. Not in like a white man use it. Like niggas like I'm disgusted and don't want anything to do with these people. That's a different type of group. Oh, it was Nate that actually said it. You understand? Like they got that's a different hatred for you. That's not a hatred for your brother. That's a hatred for your brother as though he's a heathen or another nation. Go ahead, Marah Salaki.
No, Salaki, sir, you said it. That's what I was about to say. Like they say it as if they are not black people.
Yes, that's my point. Like these is a different kind of people because they've offended you. When there ain't no different kind of people. And the reason you think that way is because you all got love for Africans. Okay. I see we got an IUIC love member in here. Say y'all just jealous. Well, let me tell you something, Lords. Lords, imagine that. Let me tell you something, Goofy, that I would never, ever be jealous of a Negro that gets his ass whipped on camera with a stiletto, with a woman's high heel shoe, a grown ass man. I will never, ever be jealous of them. And while you at it, why don't you find out the Hebrew word for Israel, you clown? Why don't you figure out? I mean, you threw away your own language. You think somebody is jealous of you dressed up in a purple dress? Throwing away your Hebrew, you clown. I ain't spending no more time with that fool. Come on, I ain't going into that no more. And here's the thing: it's not personal with the purple cats. And it shouldn't be personal towards us. It's just the business of the Lord. These goofies, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They just goofy. They just idiots. Don't know what they doing. Nate proved that he could abandon everything that he was taught. He did that. And because of it, that's why you got what you have, a gay purple, religion. I ain't going to be shocked if he finally come out and say he got the monkeypox or something. Because that's what all gay men are getting. You know what I mean? So I ain't going to be shocked. So ain't nobody jealous. Trust me, ain't nobody jealous. Ain't nobody worrying about you. Ain't nobody worrying about you at all in your cute little purple dress. Ain't nobody worrying about you. Okay? Somebody told me a story I think it was yesterday about them. I mean, a sad, sad story. This brother, he comes into one of their groups. I don't even really want to go through the whole story. But I'll tell y'all real quickly. Some brother come into one of their groups. And he been with this girl for a long time. And he's with this girl for a long time, right? And he tell her, listen, it's either me or the highway. Either you going to join my religion or you going to go your own way. So she reluctantly joined in and got up in there with the purple. So now he's together with her in the purple. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all her friends hear that he leaves the school. He leaves the school, and guess what? She stays. She stays. He's gone. So they sitting up there like, what the hell? He was the one that was forcing her to be in there. Why did she stay and he left? Then come to find out, she's courting another brother in there, and he's gone. Okay? And now she's super zealous for the purple. Because that's how y'all operate in there, man. Y'all like goofy clowns. And that's how y'all operate in there. You understand? Like you in there committing adultery, having homosexual relationships up in there, robbing and stealing the congregation. You understand? All of that's going on up in that stupidity that you got sitting up there. And now that Nate is ill, you understand? I'm very worried for you, actually, because I know, you already got a stiletto upside the head. I could imagine what's coming next. Now that Nate ain't at the helm, there's gonna be nothing but problems. Go ahead,
If I may, sir, they also joining us to the heathens and getting people killed because of those marriages.
That's right.
Joey Morgan.
You so right. So I'm gonna cut you off. You so right. So it ain't personal, man. It ain't personal. It's just you doing something so goofy. Sometimes we have to have a good laugh off of you. That's all. It ain't mean nothing by it. If I offended y'all, too bad. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Got on one con, sir.
So that's it, Marab. We done. Yeah, man. It looked like we over the time already. Yeah, we 8 minutes over the time, man. Hey, listen, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight. I sure enjoyed being with y'all up in the game. You understand? Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We do it up live. ISUPK.com is the website. Pay your tithes. Support this truth. Keep this work going. I want to thank Marab, man, for holding me down like he does all the time. Him and his team doing it up on this show. I'll see y'all either Saturday or the following Monday. Either way, we broadcast in both days. I'll see y'all live on the UPK, y'all. Y'all take care. Shalom.
He's slowing down here, slowing down. Stop. He's your fucking head. He's your fucking head. Don't you fucking move the car. You fucking move. Hey, don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Show me your hand. Show me your fucking hand. On west on Wilbur from Firestone, try to get in. We're still westbound on Wilbur. We're passing Evergreen. We're heading towards Maine. Looks like we have some units up ahead at the intersection of Maine. He's slowing down here, slowing down. Yeah. Get up, fucker!